Hello, thank you for tuning into this week's reads. This is James 13 Wicca on YouTube, just in case you're wondering where the video came from. The main part of the read, I'm going to use the Thelema Tarot. And where's the name? I thought there was a name who created it on here. Just completely blanked. Renata Lechner. It's on here on this side, I believe. And if you want to find this deck, there's the website loscarabeo.com, loscarabeo.com. Feel free to check that out if you're interested. For the tarot, for the oracle cards, magical spell cards by Lucy Cavendish, illustrated by Jesse Reish, and at the bottom there's hayhouse.com. Feel free to check that out if you're interested. And I use dice. I use a 21-sided dice, which does omit the 0, but that's what I use for the major arcana. I use a 14-sided dice for the minor arcana, and a 4-sided dice to pick the suit. I want to say that the bigger dice came with this. Tom Anders. Hopefully it's there. I want to say it's impactminiatures.com. There's this on the back too. If that's easier for you to use, feel free to use that. And for the smaller dice, the 14-sided one, it's Math Art Fun. If I can get this behind there, mathartfun.com. If you're interested to find that. And the little pink one I use is I think it's from Amazon. I've had it for years. All right, so that's what we have for that. Of course, if you'd like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you for watching, and now on to your read. Hello, Sagittarius. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Sagittarius? Big breath just to start with. You have success coming forward. I know there's a big breath. It started right off with stress. I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, but it's releasing from that stress. Why is there so much going on there? Can we stop? Wow, there's a lot. There's a lot, so this might be a complicated situation. What do you want from this situation? I feel like that's where we have to go. What do you want from this situation? Because you've been struggling with this, but succeeding for a long time. So for some of you, this might be a work situation. It could be wherever it hits for you. Struggling, but succeeding for a long time. And you've been thinking about other options. You have been, but you don't take them, which is fine. That's your business, right? But I feel like the reason this reading, if it starts hitting, I feel like they're saying, you know what? Maybe it's time to choose one of these other options. Maybe. Let's see what we got for you coming forward. I also feel like you probably, when I get the King of Swords for you, you got one of these things at least, maybe more than one. You either have a high intellect, maybe you have something you've been writing, or you know how to communicate with certain people and you're very effective. You communicate the way you need to and things just keep moving. There may be certain people who are just very open to what you want and are very compatible to what you need in life. For some of you, you might have one of these connections where everybody else struggles with this one person except for you. Or maybe you struggle with them, but at least they do what you need. Something like that. Okay. I want to go into this next energy. I want to get out of the stress because I feel like I'm stuck in something. You're not stuck, but for some reason it has that feeling that like I'm stuck here. I'm stuck with this. You're not stuck with this. I keep saying that, but like there's the Ten of Pentacles and then there's the High Priestess. So there might be a monetary reason or there might be some social reason where you feel like no matter what I do, I'm not getting out of this. maybe it's a relative and you're like, I don't know, no matter what I do, I'm going to have to deal with them sooner or later. Or it might be like a job where you're like, you know what, I don't see many opportunities for what I do out there with the benefits that I currently get. So maybe that's why I feel stuck here. Something about this makes you feel like, I'm stuck with this. I don't feel like there's a way for me to get out. There's a strong, heavy burden here. It's almost like, yeah, I get a lot out of it, but there's a lot I don't like here. The High Priestess, half in, half out, is telling me maybe there are decisions here you could make, but you're not allowing yourself to explore those decisions in a positive way. In a positive way, whatever that means. Because, you're kind of like, yeah, well, I'm related to somebody. It's not like they're going anywhere. Yeah, I mean, with rational thought. Everything legal. Only legal things. I don't know. I feel like somebody's going to be facetious and be like, oh, yeah, I can get rid of them if I want to. But, in a positive way, in a legal way. I don't know. I keep getting this, like, little cheeky, somebody with a sarcastic attitude, putting in little commentary about, yeah, I could do something about that. Whatever works for you. But, that's on you, bud. You got the Justice card coming in with the Page of Pentacles. This is happening first. So whatever the situation is, the wheel turns, right? Something is shifted here. It's not just a shift, it's like a change. Now, this Wheel of Fortune, if you come at it and you decide to control that wheel, it's almost like the way I'm seeing this wheel is like it's throwing things around the room, right? It's throwing a bunch of things around the room. What I mean by you controlling it is not about the wheel doing what the wheel is doing. It's more about, I see what's out there, I know what I want, and you just going forward and getting it. And not waiting for permission, not waiting to see what somebody else wants, just getting what you want. Justice will work out for you. It doesn't seem like whatever you want is that much. You just got to go claim it. It doesn't seem like it's going to be that big of a deal. That Page of Pentacles makes me feel like they're talking about what the wheel presents to you that you want, and just not waiting. Just going and getting it, knowing what you want, claiming it for your own, and like other people can sort out whatever's left. And that's fine. But that might be what kind of starts releasing you from feeling trapped in this situation. That's the first step to getting untrapped, released. That's the word we want. Getting released from this situation. Getting untrapped. Okay, sure, why not? Because that situation, that whatever you claim that you want, it starts off little. It does start off little, but I got a really good card here at the bottom that I'm now understanding why it looks better for you. Don't overthink it. I feel like Sagittarius is usually, not all the time, usually good about not overthinking, usually. Or at least not letting yourself. Just keep yourself moving, keep busy. The more you just keep yourself busy, the less time you have to overthink it. That small thing that you choose in the beginning turns into the Ace of Pentacles. I like to use the elm tree as an example. You plant that seed, it's very teeny to begin with. Well, compared to the tree, it's going to be anyway. The longer you have it, the bigger it gets, the stronger it gets, the more you can do with it, right? Even after years, you're like, this tree no longer serves me. You get to cut it down and get a lot of firewood, or you get to make supplies out of it. You can build a house with that stuff. There's a lot that's going to come from this. It starts off small, it's going to get really big. Okay, there's this card that fell out while I was shuffling. It's face down. So this is an environmental factor over here that's going to... Ooh. So is it right side up or upside down? I think it's both. There's people around this situation that will support you. There's people around this situation that will try to hold you back. It's not about what they want. It's about what you want. I feel like you're very open to this situation. You're very giving. But I feel like other people are going to try to steer you where they want you to be. It's almost like... It's kind of like, no, Sagittarius, I'm more comfortable with you having that little car. And you're like, yeah, but I want this big giant 4x4. They're like, yeah, but for why, Sag? I'm more comfortable with you in this little car. Just keep driving this little car. Yeah, but I want this other thing because I can put a plow in it, and I can move things, and I can do this, and there's a lot of things. I can move things, and I can use the back for this and that. They're like, yeah, but no, Sagittarius, you don't really need that. I'm more comfortable. I keep getting other people saying that, like, Sag, I'm more comfortable with you doing this and that. They may very genuinely care about you, but let's remember this is your life, not their life. There is this possibility of being derailed by just letting other people direct you, and just like, this is one of those moments where they're like, if you're going to do that, I'm not going to think about it too much, I'm just going to keep moving forward. Move forward where you want to be, not where somebody else wants to be. It seems like they could just naturally move you in a direction you don't want to go. Be aware of that, especially because I feel like there's going to be this really quick feeling like, oh, I don't, like, I feel like I'm disappointed, like, oh, they don't want that for me. Like, oh, I really wanted that for me, but they don't want that for me. Don't let that determine where you're going next. Do what you want. And like, I just feel like there must be something there that kind of triggers that, because I feel like other people are pulling on you and they want you to do what they want. If you go that natural direction, they're saying don't do this. Your card shows up with the Temperance card, that's your card, and the True Love Come to Me, like, I want other people to be happy. This isn't about other people, this is about you. This isn't about, like, they can find their own happiness. Don't do what makes other people happy. Don't do what makes other people happy. You know what I mean? That's going to cheat you of your success. You'll still have some version of success. You'll still have that little car you can drive around the way you want, I guess. But you won't have that big other vehicle that you can put a plow on, and you can help people move refrigerators, and you can feel more safe when you're driving through snowstorms and stuff like that. You need to have what you want. Don't do what other people want just to make other people happy. Be careful of that. Because success is coming for you. And you get to decide how much success you have. It flourishes if you go for what you want. It gets limited if you go towards what other people think is acceptable for you, or what they're more comfortable with you having. Not for nothing. Some people, they're not concerned that you can't handle what you want. Some of them are they just feel more threatened if you end up doing better than they do. Keep that in mind. We don't have to address it with them, but like, if we identify it and see it, we need to ignore it at the very least. But you don't have to identify it, and you don't have to like talk to them about it. Like, you don't have to like identify it with them, but you got to see it for you, and we got to effectively ignore that, because they're not allowed to limit your happiness. Like, we have to be careful with this judgment thing. You are in control of the judgment for you. They are not. You need to make sure you're happy with what you have, not that they're happy with what you have. We don't allow them to judge us like that. Okay, so they'll get out of your way after a while. They might really get out of your way, especially if you're doing too much better than them. They might get insecure. That's a them problem. That's not a you problem. Let's remember that too. If they're insecure because you're flourishing, that's a them problem. That's not a you problem. If you go towards what you actually want, it doesn't have to mean romance, but this is telling me I'm going to love it. I'm going to be like on cloud 9. There will be some conflict with it, because other people don't want you to have certain things, but there'll also be a lot of healing for you at that same time. I don't think it's going to be that bad of a conflict. I just feel like there's like little snotty remarks is what I keep getting. Or like people like saying, oh, how could you do that, Sagittarius? That was a bad move, Sagittarius. Look at, now you got that big truck that you can do everything you want in life. Great. I hope you're happy. I bet you are happy. Don't let them change your mind on that. I just feel like it's snide remarks, and you can avoid those. You can just avoid those. This is also going to bring you into another phase of life if you choose you. If you choose you, it will bring you into another phase of life, but you have to choose you. If you let other people choose for you, I feel like this beautiful part of life that you could have, I don't see it coming forward. I just don't. Take it with a grain of salt. If you choose you, other people might show up in your life too. I've seen this with other people. When you start making better choices for yourself, and you start honoring your true heart, like that self-loyalty, people don't realize that like self-loyalty is the most important type of loyalty, because if you're not loyal to yourself, you can't be loyal to anybody else, not for nothing. You really can't. When you're loyal to you, you're more effectively loyal to others, because you don't get involved in things that you don't want to be a part of to begin with. Keep that in mind. New people might start showing up in your life, but these are people who match your energy, who help build your energy, who reinforce your energy, who honor your energy. Keep going with that. Is it a short trip? No. But if you're enjoying it, do you want it to be a short trip? I'm just saying. You got a lot here to work out as you keep moving forward. The Sagittarius tends to be very productive anyway. You're going to have to balance things out as you keep moving forward. That's fine. I don't see that being a problem for you. Next thing I see is like it does seem to be a long journey. But if you're enjoying it, if you're enjoying the path, if it's a long path but you're enjoying it, in my opinion, Sagittarians tend to like to travel anyway. So just it'll work to your benefit. Kind of like I got the truck I wanted, and I get to drive it all. I have to drive it all over the place, but I wanted it, and I'm happy to be in it, and I'm happy to have it. I don't see that being a problem either. So the only thing that could block you is how other people feel about you, and letting other people, block your happiness. If you look back and you let somebody else control you, that could block things. Keep going for what you want. Let me get like a little bit of dice action on that, because I saw that pop in with the Knight of Cups, and I was just like, it just seems like when I'm looking at this, the only thing that can block me is me later, and like other people's opinion. Like this, it's the Empress half in, half out, and it's the Ace or the Knight of Cups reversed. If I keep worrying about what other people think, or if other people are approving my happiness, that could block you. It's kind of like you need to make peace with, like, you know what's right. You're not doing anything to hurt anybody else. If you're happy, allow yourself to be happy, and if other people don't like it, let them not like that and just stay away from them as much as you can, or just, diminish that connection with them. I feel like they'll get it. And I do see like there's this weird energy of like snide remarks again. Maybe this is a family member or some type of connection where I just can't completely get away from them. I would highly recommend the book by Paul McKenna, How to Mend Your Broken Heart. I'm ridiculous with that one. But I want to bring down that connection in the sense of like, I don't want to be influenced by their opinion. I don't want their opinions to create my life. I want my opinions to create my life. So Sagittarian needs to have Sagittarian opinions, creating a Sagittarian life. Not some other person deciding like, this is how I feel about that, Sagittarius, so I'm going to create your life based on what I think you should have, Sagittarius. No, unacceptable. Sagittarian decides what they want, and they create their life based on their thoughts. Keep that in mind. Whatever this is, it's going to keep going, and you keep having the ability to create and create more. That Two of Swords with the Nine of Cups, it makes me feel like if I keep returning to this feeling, and it will pop up every now and then, to where I'm worried about what other people think. It just seems to pop up every once in a while. As long as I can put it in check and not let it derail me or create my future for me, as long as I don't let that happen and I keep going, what do I want? What do I feel is right? Where do I want to be? And I keep going that direction, I can keep creating more and more and more. It will pop up every once in a while, but it's kind of like remembering, like, these other people don't get to decide my happiness. I decide my happiness. Because you have a lot coming forward. And even though that next phase can come in if you choose well, and hopefully you do, and I hope you have a great amount of healing and a great amount of abundance coming forward, the refreshers keep coming back. It's like I keep getting retested every now and then. In my opinion, when you finally successfully pass that test the first time, the next time it could still be a challenge, but not nearly as much as it was the first time you passed it. And then when it comes around a third time, it's even less difficult. And the longer it keeps going, the more times you pass it, the easier it seems to become, because it's just old hat to you. Keep that in mind too. You got a lot of new beginnings coming in. You can create a lot here. It's up to you to choose you and not let other people choose for you. It just seems like it just keeps going there. Take it with a grain of salt. Hopefully that's helpful. I'm going to shut this down here because I feel like I'm just going to keep talking in the same thing. But, we're already at like 16 minutes. So I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.